What if I told you there was a way, if you were selling an investment property, you didn't want to 1031 exchange it, and you're going to have a capital gain event where you're going to have to pay taxes on that. But what if I told you there might be a way that you're not aware of to eliminate that? Are you like, Kenny, what are you talking about? There's this thing called passive activity losses. And let me break this down to explain to you what I mean. There's two types of real estate investors. I mean, there's many, but the government kind of labels you as. You're either a professional or you're not. So if you're a professional real estate investor, that means if you buy and sell properties, you rent them and things like that, you could take actual losses to offset maybe another business income, stuff like that. And how do you become a professional real estate investor? Well, you got to talk to your CPA to see if you even qualify for it. But if you do, it means you're managing properties, you're spending 750 hours a year tracking and doing all this stuff. Typically, you got to own a decent amount of real estate, spend a lot of time in it. And that way you're considered a professional, so you can actually say this is like a working business now, and you can take losses off your real income and things like that. That's why when you do a cost seg, bonus depreciation, and you can write off all that income, it's great. Like if you're not a professional, a lot of people do is they'll buy the short-term rental, they can do the cost seg, and then write off, get taxes back that way. But today I want to focus on, you're not a professional. Let's say you own 3 or 4 rental properties, you have a W-2 job, you want to sell this property, and you're like, I really don't want to exchange. I don't want to put the gun to my head, the timeline, and I've got a gain of 150, 200, 250,000, whatever it is. Is there any way I can bring that number down? Sure, you can go to your CPA. They can say, well, what about the costs and this and all this stuff? Great. But one of the things that you might be thinking about is the passive activity losses. So when you own residential real estate, right, you're making money, you're losing money and things like that. So let's say you're losing money on a property from whatever, you did a big rehab, lost money that year, whatever, you can't take that hit, right? Those losses accumulate year after year after year after year, and they stack over here. I'm not gonna get into the technicality of where they're setting a return and what's the form called, all this, because honestly, let's just keep it simple. If you wanna know all that stuff, call your CPA and go through this. But what I want you to focus on is that gain of 150,000, 200,000. I recently had a client, actually 2, that called me. We talked about it recently, and I said, hey, look, you need to call your CPA, ask him about those passive losses that probably add up, because you probably have them, and see if you can offset your gain. For sure, one of them called back and said, oh my gosh, I called him, I have enough. He didn't have the 1031. He can use that and puts himself in a much better position. He didn't want to do the 1031 exchange, and so he's super excited about it. So this is something that a lot of people miss. They think they have to pay the capital gain. They think they're gonna have to just do a 1031. That's why you should always make sure you work with a CPA that's really good, that understands this stuff. And number 2, anytime you're selling, buying, do things, and you don't know this stuff, keep in contact with your CPA. Maybe talk to somebody like a lender like me that might know this stuff. But you could be costing yourself that you don't even know tens of thousands of dollars in taxes, and something adding stress onto your life because maybe you don't want to exchange, or you just want to take the money and you don't know what your options are. But you might have this loss of passive that have been building up over many, many years from all these properties that you didn't even know existed. And if you have properties, it's probably sitting there if you're not considered a real estate professional. So it's something you really, really should talk to your CPA about and go through this process and all that stuff. Again, you could also, if you're looking to be a real estate professional, take advantage of that. Even though you might not be one today, you can talk to your CPA about what that entails. Can I ever get there? How does it work? How do I need to get there? And a lot of things is like this. If your husband and wife, the husband works, has a good job, maybe runs a business, and the wife over here is running the real estate portfolio, maybe she's helping to buy stuff, managing, finding properties. This happens a lot with couples. They didn't know your wife becomes the professional real estate investor, she's working all that, and then you can still take those losses and offset that W-2 income. If you're a doctor, lawyer, things like that with that high W-2, this is really good to eliminate that. And this is how you've seen people build a portfolio where they'll buy properties, cost that, wipe the income, and keep that rolling and buying properties, maybe one property a year, one every couple of years. And that really helps offset that active income, that W-2 income, things like that. Obviously, there's rules, guidelines, laws around all this stuff. I'm not a CPA. That's why you got to reach out to yours. So I wanted to make this video because it was top of mind, thinking, oh my gosh, how many people out there are stressing themselves over, I got to pay capital gains, or doing 1031 exchange when they really don't want to, because maybe they're like, I just want more time. Maybe I want to take this money and put it back into property. Maybe I want to take this money that I sold from an investment property and maybe I want to buy a primary with it. Whatever it is, it's your money. You just need to make sure you understand exactly what's going on with it and what benefits you can use to your advantage to not pay taxes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember one thing. My name is Kenny Simpson, If you ever need a loan on 1 to 4 units properties, I'm your guy. Whether you're self-employed, first-time home buyer, VA, FHA, it doesn't matter. We've been doing this 20 years, helped over 5,000 clients, funded $1 billion in loans, and I make videos like this so I can save you thousands of dollars on taxes, but also to help you educate on what's going on in the market and stuff like that. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. You might want to share this video with somebody that you might know that might be selling an investment property, buying an investment property, have a real estate portfolio, isn't aware of all this stuff. And if I can help you at all, anytime about anything, I always talk about real estate, love talking about real estate, love answering questions. Reach out to me. Again, unfortunately, I can't build your house. I can't fix your computer or your car, but me and my team here at the Simpson team, we're pretty badass when it comes to mortgages. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great week. Until next week, we'll talk soon.